I want you to contemplate the concept of source. What is source? Where is source? And maybe within your mind's eye you can hold some formative picture of what the source is. And I've been given this idea of worlds within worlds, universals within universes, multiverses within multiverses, until you come to a point of purity, of light and absolute being. Within this being is a desire for harmony, a desire for knowing, a desire for expressing, experiencing in all forms and matter. And the initial expression and the initial experiences of Source is through very sublime, high, subtle frequencies, which through the course of time densify and manifest into other frequencies, into other, let's say, dimensional aspects. And as you may eat an apple or choose an apple and then plant the seeds of one apple into an orchard, many trees may grow from that one apple. And each of those trees will have their own experience of earth, of the wind, of the elements, of the spiritual beings of nature. And in connection with the earth, be able to draw the nutrients and the goodness and the fertility within the structure of the earth, transmute it into its form of an apple tree, and then bear its blossoms, its fruits, and its goodness for many. And within the spread of your arms or branches or limbs, there are homes to the birds and the insects and other aspects of the other dimensions and beings of the Source that live in a different way, but live in a sense of harmony and in a sense of wholeness. Because when you consider it, one cannot live or be without the other. There is a codependency through co-design. And the subtle layers upon layers upon layers which enable Source to become manifest on Earth and eventually as humankind involves complex structures of expression and then experience, which ultimately is returned, albeit sometimes through refinement, back to Source. And then the realization of each apple tree and each apple and each seed within the apple to have future experiences and future realizations, and together fruitful expansion of experiences and expression, as well as offerings of fruit, offerings of shelter, offerings of the life of the air, of the oxygen that is expelled for the breath of others, so that others may be sustained in a wholesome way. And so the physical human being as such is not just a physical construct, but that physical strong construct is merely an emanation of a complex layering of expression or the desire to be. And for you now, as an extension of Source, an extension of higher intelligence, to consider why your Source energy is projected into the being that is you and uniquely you. And within that position, you have free will. You have free choice. And you also have the choice to remain intimately connected to the divine frequencies of love and harmony and great oneness, or the free will to step out and, let's say, be as a very, say, independent or perhaps even disconnected entity from the great oneness or the great divine plan. For that is part of the experience of the divine Source, to experience the disconnect, and then also to experience the reconnection, and then also to experience the free will or the wherewithal to effect reconnection and to effect self-realization. And then for the forces that you develop in reconnecting, those forces then become available energetically as sheaths to all of humanity, and in fact to all of creation as a newly created force in the universe that you have manifested, not just for yourself, but for all others. And so you are Source, perhaps extended, perhaps exploring, perhaps at its own frontier of free will, expression, experience, and capacity to manifest divine forces and frequencies into the multiverses. But just know one thing, whether you choose to or not, that you are Source, you are love, you are loved, and you are embraced and held within the bosom of the great oneness, who knows, who watches, who cares, because you are the extension and part of it. Just as you care for your own hand, your own foot, your own finger, your own tongue, it is part of you but has its own sense of being. So our love, our celestial love to you all. Now I've just got this sense like within the center of my third eye, and it is literally like the letter I, and it is like the stream of Source is there, very straight, very pure, as the letter I, as if I am, or you are, I am. I am present, I am with the oneness. I am here. And I think one more message is, as you realize the I am of who you are, as you realize your connection to Source, that is when the portals of spiritual power and manifestation are opened and eventually developed so that you may co-create more consciously, more powerfully. Just imagine now that your own auric field as such, your own energy field, is just drifting into the energy field of the whole earth, albeit protected, surrounded in your own protective light. But in this energetic field around the earth, just contemplate for a moment the song or the singing of the birds, the being, the frequency of the buzzing of, say, the insect kingdom, the being of the other beasts like the cows and the horses, the bulls, sheep. A different frequency of the sea creatures, the whales, fish, mollusks. And our connection to the elements of the water, the winds, the heat and fire, whether from the sun or from other source on earth. Imagine all these frequencies of which you are part are being activated or aligned with one another. Now, in particular, under your feet, be aware of your connection to Mother Earth from beneath your feet and the potential connection, in particular, to the world of minerals and crystals and gemstones, which hold a frequency and hold ancient wisdom or powers of activation for you. So whilst we have, or we receive from the outer universes, we also may receive activations from the mineral, crystal, and gems within the earth itself. Just be aware of any frequencies coming up through your feet. And then consider what these frequencies may be trying to tell you, or trying to align within you, or maybe trying to ground you to Mother Earth. Even within your physical body, if you have any conditions in your physical body, our physical bodies are comprised of earthly substance. So is there a reharmonization to the substances of earth? Are there also emotions and stresses and anxieties from the earth, which at this point may be drawn back and released back to it, so you are free of it? Imagine such an exchange. Just as with the air we breathe, the carbon dioxide that a plant breathes, a balanced exchange. Okay, just be aware of your breathing. And just imagine on your breath you're drawing in the light and the essence of these pictures into your being. Now just imagine there could be an animal, could be a bird, could be one of nature's creatures, it could even be your own spiritual guide or an angelic form, just gently drifting towards you presenting themselves to you. They may have a gentle message for you, or just an acknowledgement, maybe the equivalent of a blessing or an activation or a healing. You may sense hands upon your shoulders, perhaps. Maybe even a light sense of touch around your hands. Just be aware if there's any connection. You may have a question for them. And just listen. Could be a feeling, could be a message, could be just a deep listening from which a response will come at the right time, in the right place. Okay, now using your breath, just imagine you're drawing in all the light that's around you back into your physical being. Be aware of where you're sitting, wherever your feet upon the floor, your hands on your lap, and just literally breathe yourself back into your body, breathing all the pictures and all the images back into your body. And when you're ready, just move your fingers and toes and open your eyes, have a sip of water, and welcome back.